Living off the passive income from the money that you invested to become financially independent is a captivating idea. Fortunately, there are many tools available in the market to help you support your wish. One popular option is to invest enough money in assets that pay enough dividends to cover your annual expenses. Now, to figure out how much money you would need to invest to live off dividends, we have on board Arnav Pandya, founder, Moneyeduschool. Good evening, Arnav. Welcome to the show. So, first of all, explain us what's the concept of earning dividends?
So the concept of earning dividends is that dividends are nothing but a flow of money which comes from a company to an individual shareholder. So this is like an income that you get, and it is paid out of the profits of the company. So any person who wants to ensure that they get a cash flow, for them, dividend is one of the means in which they can ensure that this cash flow is generated.
Okay. How can we do this? As in, this kind of, where do you need to invest to earn dividends? Is it only the share market, or you can have such kind of an arrangement even through investments in mutual funds?
So dividends can be received in both stocks as well as mutual funds. The only thing that you need to understand is the kind of investment that you are making. Like, for example, if you're investing in stocks, so there the dividend concept is different because the dividends are paid out of the profits of the company, and these are paid at regular intervals depending on the cycle that a company has. On the other hand, when you come to mutual funds, there you have to make a specific choice in terms of going in for what was earlier known as the dividend option, but now it is known as the income distribution and capital return option. So you need to go for that specific option if you need dividends from a mutual fund. The difference is that in equity shares, if you buy a share and the company declares a dividend, you get it automatically. In the mutual fund, you need to specifically opt for the option.
So how does one go about it? For example, in terms of picking up stocks, are there any specific type of companies that need to be picked up, if at all earning dividend is one of your reasons to invest in that company?
Yes, so when it comes to stocks, there are some companies which are high dividend yielding companies. Now, dividend yielding companies means that as a percentage of the market price, you are getting a very high payout as dividend. So you have some companies which are uh, currently in the market, even which have a 10 to 11%.
Yeah, I think,
So
yeah.
this is a number, and one needs to look at these specific kind of companies if one wants to have a higher dividend payout from these companies. Now, when you are looking at these high dividend yield companies, one has to understand one thing, that dividend is only one part of the returns that you get from a stock. There is also the question of a capital appreciation or depreciation which might occur. And this is the risk that you go in when you use this kind of dividend option for generating your income.
If you want to earn dividend, there must be an amount that needs to be invested in a particular company or the stock of that company. How can one analyze this? What is the calculation and working behind it? For example, if we talk about from the perspective of a senior citizen, because earning dividend would be a great source of income for them from their investments done earlier. So how does one calculate as to how much dividend should I be getting to live off that amount, and what should accordingly be an investable amount in that particular stock or company?
To go about this entire process, first thing that an investor needs to do is estimate the amount that you want. Say, for example, you want 5 lakh of rupees. Now, after that, you need to see what is the dividend yield of a particular company. Now, assume that the dividend yield is 8%. So then the working will be the 5 lakh amount which you need to get multiplied by 100 divided by the dividend yield. So 5 lakh multiplied by 100 divided by 8 will give you 62 lakh 50,000. Now, this is the amount which you, if you invest and the dividend paid by the company or the dividend yield is 8%, then you get the 5 lakh which you require. So this is the working which one has to do. Note one thing, for each individual, the amount that they require will be different. And for each company, the dividend yield will be different. Like for example, if a company has say a dividend yield of 10% and you require 5 lakhs, then the capital required will only be 50 lakhs. But if you require 5 lakhs, the dividend yield is just 5%, then you need to invest a crore in that company. So lower the dividend yield, higher the amount you need to invest, and higher the yield, lower the amount you need to put in.
All right, so that's a calculation if at all you want to live off dividend income, but then we will come back to the discussion again. We right now have a caller from Singapore who wants to get the portfolio checked by you, Arnav. So we have Nishant Nair from Singapore on the phone line. Hi, Prashant. Hi, Nishant. Thank you so much for sending your financial details. Could you please tell us what's exactly your financial goal?
Yeah, sure. I want to buy a property in the next 10 to 15 years. So I am currently invested in Parag's Flexi Cap Fund about 10,000 rupees per month. Mm-hmm. So I think our house would be costing approximately 1 to 1.5 crores. So I want to check whether this fund is sufficient to meet the capital I need to pay for my house.
All right, Arnav?
If you need, say, around 1 to 1.5 crore, I will put the figure at 1.5 crores, and you need it after 15 years. At an average compounded annual return of around 12%, you will need to invest around 30,000 per month to reach this target. So in terms of the amount that you require, this is the figure that you need to invest. Now, if you compress and bring the time period down from 15 to 10, then this amount will double to around 60,000 per month. So you need to keep in mind the time period which is there for which you are going to allow this money to compound. And the longer you take it, the lower will be your requirement to invest. The second point is that you have mentioned just one fund in terms of Parag Flexi Cap. Now, this is a good fund. It has given or shown a consistent performance over a longer period of time. See, this fund is based on the value investment philosophy, and it has a slight exposure around 25% to foreign stocks also. So it's a mixture of an Indian exposure as well as international exposure. But one thing you need to remember, that you should not base your entire goal achievement on a single fund itself. So it would be better if you have a bouquet of funds in your portfolio. You already have a flexi cap fund. Maybe you can include a large and mid cap fund into the portfolio, and also going ahead another mid cap or a small cap fund, so that your entire portfolio has exposure to different kinds of market caps, so that the achievement of the goal is more likely. Because here the risk is that just one fund, if it does not perform, then your entire goal is affected.
All right, so that will be the solution for your portfolio, Nishant. And with that, it's a wrap. Arnav, thank you so much for being on the show and helping our viewers plan their finances and their investments.